Hi, this is Advocate Amreen Karimi here, and today we are going to speak about the social aspect of laws relating to women. Now, when we speak about the laws relating to women, the things that comes to our mind or something that strikes our mind quickly is the domestic violence laws, the maintenance laws, CRPC 125, Section 498A, etc., etc. Uh, Now, when we speak about these things with some of the male clients over here, and they think the no, this are law oriented towards women, and the men are the victim of the same. But then we need to understand that why there was a need for such kind of enactment, and why there has been misuse, and why we need a legal system to empower women. uh, the things, the lacuna is not in the legislation as such, but the lacuna somewhere is in our social culture, the social life, and to just to rectify those mistakes, there has been legislation as such. But then we tend to forget that it is not only the responsibility of the government, it is not only the responsibility of the legislation or the judiciary to empower women, to protect women. It should begin from our home. Actually, we should not even need such kind of laws if we are doing means if we are going right ethically, the morally and socially into our cultures as well. Now, when we speak about women here, sometimes into our social culture only, we have a patriarchal system wherein we think that empowering women is something like favoring her, but we tend to forget that the equality have been bestowed upon the males and female equally, and we just need to practice the very law of nature that both are equal and nobody is subordinate to anybody else. Now, when we speak about our family systems, when we speak about our social backgrounds, we sometimes, when we have clients and we tend to deal with them, we come to know that it is the main reason behind the ladies, the women not getting proper justice is because sometimes of the family support, sometimes it is because of financially not being well off, or sometimes just a system that she needs somebody, a stamp to be living into the society of being married. And sometimes there are educated people who tend to be being falling prey to domestic violence, but not able to recognize as such, because you are educated enough but you are not self-sufficient enough to stand against it. Now, when I say self-sufficient, we do not mean financially suffice, but being emotionally suffice, that okay, we do not need any men to stand by us. We are self-sufficient enough to take care of ourselves and our children as well. Now, apart from all these things, we need to change our mindset, the mindset that we are favoring by being in favor of women empowerment. We do not need to empower women. We all need to do is we need to give them their rights. Educate your girl child, get them married to a guy who have been similarly educated or brought up well. Then make your daughters financially independent. That is the most important thing, that she'll not fall prey to domestic violence, and she'll stand by it in the very first instance of domestic violence. Secondly, we also need to think that the society need not look upon the victims of domestic violence as a stigma, as one who is being being tortured, or who is being suffering because of the fault of hers. We need to change the outlook of the society. We need to change the outlook of our family itself. We should start uh, no educating girls and boys together in a similar manner with similar set of values. The set of values should not be different for a male and for a female child, and hence we can change the society. We cannot always remain dependent upon the legislation, the government, the executive bodies, to give justice to the ladies, to give justice to women. But we need to stand for our women. We need to stand for the women of our society. Society, with society I mean everybody, from the family to friends to relatives to everybody. Thank you.